Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! The following video will contain spoilers from The Flash episode, or Season 3, The Once and Future Flash. So if you don't want anything spoiled or ruined for you, stop watching now! For everybody else, hey guys, Dave here. Well, so we've had a 4-week hiatus. A lot of things have been happening. Hiccups with my health up and down. Hopefully everything will be okay. I'm starting to go back on the upward curve now. And it's kind of funny because now it's been 4 weeks for us. I left on one hell of a cliffhanger with Killer Frost going full bore. And it picks right up where we left off there. Barry and Iris are at the apartment trying to figure out what to do about the future. Barry is planning on going to the future to find answers. And Killer Frost is now trying to escape Star Labs. After a little bit of a melee, Team Flash ended up going into the pipeline, which didn't really work. Finally, Barry shows up. There's a slight confrontation. She walls up things with an ice wall and gets away in the freezing cold, so they can't even track her by body heat at this point. So now the crew's trying to figure out how to find Caitlin before things go too bad, but Barry is dead set on going to the future, particularly the year 2024. Now, if I remember correctly, the original date that he was going to be disappearing in the crisis was going to be in April. He ends up jumping into February, I believe. Thanks to Kid Flash running, they managed to pick up enough speed. He jumps into the future, and he makes it. But then he encounters the Top and Mirror Master, commenting about his retro look, and promptly kicking his butt until he manages to get away. He manages to go to the old apartment, not much left, but Cisco manages to track him down. He's looking very disheveled, and he's letting him know that a lot of things has happened to Team Flash. Apparently, Iris did die, despite the fact that they were able to eventually stop Savitar. Cisco takes him to his future self, which, once again, I don't know what it is about bright, happy heroes going dark side that they have to look like they have hair from a bad emo band. I mean, Tobey Maguire did it in Spider-Man 3, and, apparently, the Flash he wants to join a freaking a wannabe goth band in this one. Well, he can sing at least, but he's got the bad hair, and he lets him know that although he manages to stop Savitar, it was a few years too late, thanks to the help of a scientist, which doesn't tell us that yet. But by that point, he still doesn't know who Savitar is. So Barry ends up going to find other members of the former Team Flash. Julian is taking care of Killer Frost, who does know who Savitar is, but refuses to say because Savitar gives her something that no one else on the team was ever able to give. So she's dead set against doing that. It just gets horrible. Joe is a poor disheveled mess that's going to visit Iris's grave, and Barry refuses to. And poor Cisco, he possibly got it among the worst. He fought Killer Frost in his earlier days. She blasted his hands with cold, and they crystallized and shattered. No hands, no powers. Now here's the funny thing. And this actually has a precedent of happening in DC Comics before. In the comics, longtime JLA mascot Snapper Carr, yes, Snapper Carr, before he became a newspaper editor on Supergirl, he was the powerless mascot of the Justice League of America. And he actually did gain powers for a short time due to the Invasion story arc, where all he had to do was snap his fingers and he could teleport himself and one other person to wherever he can picture in his mind. However, apparently people didn't like that idea. Some government agency got a hold of him, amputated his hands, and gave him robotic hands So he could still do stuff, but he couldn't activate his powers. It's really bizarre that if you don't have a certain body part in DC Comics that's associated with your powers, you may not be able to use them. So. Oh, crap. Weather changing again here, guys. Sorry. Maybe I'm allergic to my own facts and nerdiness. I don't know. Okay, anyway. So, Barry figures, okay, he can't really do anything. He tries to run through the pipeline, but he can't generate a wormhole. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the fact that he can't find anyone else to run with, but that's never stopped him before, apparently. So, we don't know what's going on. Cisco vows to help them and maybe try to get the team back together, but they all know that he can somehow get back at the time when he needs to. So there's no convincing Future Barry that there's any hope. Future Barry's trying to convince him to go back in time, enjoy Iris while you can. No matter what we do, we just can't do it. So it's really running into that level of hopelessness that's really predominant. We find out, though, that apparently the Flash has been MIA for years. So all the supervillains that he normally would be stopping are just running rampant. So we also eventually find out that Cisco, although he doesn't have his powers anymore technically, he's still a tech master. So he actually created a little device to throw off the oscillations that the Flash creates when he runs. Good old vibe. He's all got, and this is frightening considering he's found a device that can counteract the vibrations of the Speed Force, even on a subtle level, that can fit on the back of a phone. I mean, this is heavy stuff. Do not underestimate Cisco. I mean, give me a tech fight. I will choose him over Fei-Fei any day. Sorry, that's how I feel. So, eventually, though, after this reveal, Barry was going to take off, but he decides, no, I can't just leave it like this. He wants to try to reinstill hope. That's what he does. So, he eventually tries to work to get Team Flash back together. Joe, Julian, and even HR, which has now gone on to make his own book series and starting to get very hot and heavy with the ladies, and gets yanked in the middle of a book reading, which is about to turn into a multi, shall we say. So, but, so he was meta-cock blocked there. So they decide to get Team Flash back together and work on trying to take on the Top and Mirror Master. They're doing a break-in, so the young Flash goes to try to take them out. Now they've gotten better handle of their powers and what they can do. It's not just about manipulating mirrors for Mirror Master, but actually warping vision and illusion and going together with the ability of the Top, who is actually Count Vertigo with the sex change, is manipulating someone's balance and coordination. They are one dangerous team that can actually take out our Scarlet Speedster. Cisco figures out that the device that he has, that canceling the oscillations for the Flash's powers, could also cancel the Top's and even sync up into Mirror Master's. He manages to work it, but how can they get it to him in time? And Future Barry comes in. He manages to take it, runs, saves Barry, and now we have a vision of the Future Flash, which is kind of funny because although our Flash has a darker suit and a brighter outlook on life, the Future Flash has a brighter suit and more traditional what's going on with the comics right now, the New 52 and Rebirth. And I gotta admit, it looks kind of snazzy on him, so interesting way that things could very well be going in the future. So, it's two Flashes that manages to take him out. Oh, by the way, apparently, earlier on in the episode when they go to visit Wally, he tried taking on Savitar by himself. Savitar crushed his spine and made him sit on a horse. He was just catatonic. So, poor Wally, he just was a broken guy. So, there's no flashes. Well, fortunately now, it looks like Team Flash is back together. Future Flash is getting his head out of his backside. And Future Flash gives Barry, our Barry, information from a scientist that worked on creating a device to help to trap Savitar in the Speed Force forever. Unfortunately, she finished it 4 years too late to save Iris. So, they're hoping that with this technology, they can go back in time, run it by her, and maybe they can figure out something and shave off some time there. So now the hunt is for that doctor, as well as going back to find Caitlin. Barry manages to go back at the same time where he had left, and now the hunt is on for Caitlin as well as this doctor. And the epilogue shows that Caitlin is met by Savitar, who is essentially doing the whole seduction speech thing, and she's asking, "Why would I join you?" He kneels down, his suit opens up, he reveals himself to her, and she's willing to jump on board. This has led to some speculation as to who Savitar could be. I'll probably make one more, last minute place your bets video for it. But overall, this was a pretty good episode to come back to. It sucks that I had to wait until 5 o'clock in the morning to see it. Yes, my insomnia is part of the reason why I was that early. But I had to work the other night, so I missed that. So if you guys want to see me branching out to other stuff, take a look at my food review for the BK Steakhouse King Burger. It's on this channel. I also just dropped a new Night Badger parody song that's kind of cute, considering we got Arrow coming back. And also, it looks like next week they're finally going to stop stalling, and they're finally going to show us who the heck Savitar is. So finally place your bets. But before then, in case you guys haven't seen it, there is a video that I made a couple days ago called The Face of Savitar. There are rumored leaked photos that show who Savitar really is. If you want to try to see who it might be before next week's reveal on the show, check it out. I've had over 1,500 views on it in 36 hours so far. So if you guys have seen it, thank you. Please share it with your friends. Share it with other Flash fans. We have 1 week to make the most out of this. It's important. Okay. I'm also considering, of course, tonight, Arrow's coming back. I'll get to watch that, and hopefully this weekend I'll be making a return to the Arrow Roast. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to do a video about why the show Powerless is officially being pulled off of NBC and why it failed. So there's going to be a lot of things to talk about on that. So I'm trying to get some activity going here and trying to reach out to everybody here. I mean, all in all, I love The Flash. It's still one of my favorite out of all the series for the DC on CW. This was good, but they have got to just stop with this dragging on. I am looking forward to finding out who the heck Savitar is and getting it over with at this point. I mean, I swear, if it has anything to do with Cybertron, I'm out. I am. But, I mean, that's the cool thing. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The writers of this show are passionate. They actually care enough about the characters to take them seriously, to give them the respect that they deserve. And they're able to combine 70 plus years of the Flash history with new things on the show to keep it interesting and keep us all guessing, like Savitar. So I love the heck out of it, and so far it's definitely the best part of my TV watching this week. So thank you guys, and don't worry, I'm going to have more content coming up soon. Until next time, Dave signing off. Please let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, share, pass this bad boy around. And I'll be talking to you guys again soon. Peace.